to the Hanford Dixon Show. I'm Gabriella Cruz alongside the top dog. We're just going through automatic motions at this point, top dog.
Well, I tell you what, the Browns yesterday could have used some of that bark or bite or whatever. I mean, it was just it was just absolutely terrible, a terrible ball game. You know what? And I'm a little bit upset because at the game yesterday, obviously I was there, and everyone kept coming up to me and they was asking me, "Where were you?" And I didn't like that too much. You know, like, what the hell? You got me here.
Where's your sidekick? Where's your sidekick?
Yeah, where is she?
That's funny because we did have such a good time the last home game.
We absolutely did. So how was your Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas was great.
Did you get everything you wanted? Or?
I did. I got me a new work bag, so I don't have to come in with. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got trolled a little bit for coming in with a University Hospital's volunteer bag for many weeks, and so I got an official work bag.
Oh, well, tell you the truth, I never noticed your bag.
Okay, good. Yep.
I didn't because I always notice what's in your bag. And
it's like a Mary Poppins bag.
And everything that was in your bag was good. But what?
I just come up with all kinds of stuff in that thing.
Did you eat a lot or what?
Oh my gosh, I literally need to start working out. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah.
But I was, I'm eating with my family, then I'm eating with my boyfriend's family, then we're eating with his other extended family, then we're eating with his friends, then I'm eating with my friends. Like, all I've done is eat. Like, I feel like the Grinch when they just keep shoveling the pudding in his or whatever in the movie, and then his belly just grows 1,000.
Hey, I think we all feeling that way. I mean, that's the good thing about the holidays. I mean, you just sit down and you just you eat, and then you eat some more, and then you eat some more, and then you eat some more, and then maybe you want to take a little nap or something, and then you eat a little bit more. But that's what it's all about.
You'll appreciate this. I had collard greens.
You
did.
So
one of my Christmas meals was like a whole, like, ribs, collard greens, mac and cheese. The whole time I was eating it, because it was so good, and I had 3 helpings, I was like, I wonder if this is as good as Hanford's.
No, it's not as good as mine. I can tell you that. Right now.
I do need to get that recipe then.
I have to give a shout out to the people over at Avon City Barbecue.
Okay.
I tell you what, they
do it big.
They
do it
hooked
good.
me up. Let me tell you what they did. They gave me like 2 turkeys and gravy. Their mashed potatoes are just to die for. I mean, they're just so good. They gave me baked beans, and then they gave me ribs.
You could have had some leftovers. We could have had a ribs breakfast this morning.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, they just Big Dog over
Pat,
at
how was
City
your
Barbecue.
Christmas?
Gotta say thank you to you guys for what you did for me. I really appreciate it. And I know because I know his dad is John's dad is watching the show. He always watches the show, so I told him I was going to shout him out, and he said, "Yeah, my dad. I'm sure he's going to call me and let me know because he's always watching the show."
Aww.
But that was good. But
shout out.
But Christmas was good. Of course, it was
Producer
fun.
Pat, what'd you do for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas was great, guys. I got to watch some football. LeBron wants to say that the NBA has Christmas by the like with a little chokehold, but actually I kind of watched the football games. I don't know about you guys.
Okay, really?
But football was great on Christmas. The food was great. Good to be around family and everything. But I did hear that Hanford had a couple of Christmas ales here.
Yeah.
He had a couple of Christmas ales. I don't know, one or two, but
can you believe it? Your Christmas ale season is kind of wrapping up.
Kind of coming to an end.
Well, here's what's funny because yesterday at the stadium, back at in the cardiac club where we were sitting, and you know how I always sit right there.
Yeah.
And then when I got there, I looked over there and I didn't see the Christmas ale, and because normally they have them in bottle and also on tap.
Yeah.
So I looked over there and I said, "Hey man, what the hell? Did you guys take the Christmas ale out already?" He said, "No, for you, Big Dog, we have them."
Oh,
so,
that's awesome.
So that
we
was
had a little secret stash for you.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. And then everybody calling me, wishing me, texting me, and nobody really wants to call today. So they text me and said, "Happy birthday!" So I was kind of excited about that. So it was.
Do all of your Christmas gifts count as your birthday gifts too?
But you know what? I don't really
You don't mind
I
that?
tell everybody, don't get me anything
Yeah.
because I don't like to receive any gifts. I like to give gifts. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
like me a lot.
That's what I do because I'm a hard person to if you want to get something for. So I wanted that hat you wore in here.
Yeah.
Not that one, the one you wore in here the other day, but you know
Oh,
you wasn't giving
the-
it up. So I'll let you
the-
slide on that.
Maybe it was it the Lipton hat? I don't know.
And then, guys, I have to say this. A little bit of a sad note. I was I hate to bring us down a little bit, but I was watching Gab, and I don't know. I get emotional these days. I was watching one of the plane that crashed, and so many people died, and it just really touched my heart because you had. The guy come out and all the people were sitting waiting on their family, and he was reading the names one by one of the people that didn't make it.
Oh my
And I
God.
just got so emotional and I said a prayer for those people, but it was just so sad. But that's all let's get that out of the way.
Did
And,
anyone live from that? I had seen the headline. I didn't
yeah,
look too much into it.
yeah, I think it was over in it
South
was
South
Korea.
Korea. Yep.
yeah, South Korea, and it was just so sad. I mean, it was just really, 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 really sad when they read the name of one of the of their families, and you could just hear them just bust out in tears whenever they call.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I can't imagine, but I guess sitting in that moment, you're still hoping that
Right.
you don't hear
Right.
that name,
Right.
but that was kind of sad. So I just I just wanted to mention that, and just all those people are in our prayers. But you have some good news to bring us up, don't you?
I do. It's a hard segue, but I did become a godmother.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oliver
Awesome.
Oliver Eldon began his journey into faith over the weekend on Sunday. So while the Browns are going down, we've got this little guy who's going up.
Did he get
Time well spent.
baptized?
He got baptized, yes.
Oh.
Look how cute he is. He is literally so cute.
I'll tell you what, Hanford, he's got a great role model too in Gab as well.
Oh,
Don't you think?
absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
you.
Absolutely.
I will say it's a really
Look at that! Look at that
I know,
smile
I'm
on her
beaming.
face. You see her;
it
she's
was
just
awesome.
beaming over there.
it
So
was
Gab, whose
awesome.
baby is this?
It was awesome to be chosen. This was a really good friend of mine from high school. We ran together in college as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we go way back. She's like family, and so is her whole family. So, but seriously, because she lives in Pittsburgh now,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I never expected to be chosen as the godmother. But it was really sweet, the kind things that they said for how they choose the godmother.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, is that Catholic, or you guys?
This is the Catholic Church. Yep. She and I both grew up in the Catholic Church. We celebrated at St. Ambrose. Shout out to Father Bob. Father Bob has been the GOAT for like ever. He's been cool since we were in grade school.
Yeah.
And like, I know that people have, the Catholic Church and we've got our blemishes and blah, blah, blah. No, this dude was cool. He was a G since day one. Like, I can remember stuff he said even back then. He was just a great speaker. I think that's a big part of it, is being able to deliver the message and deliver it well. And he's just been awesome since forever. So the fact that he was the one to do the baptism was really cool.
Well, I'm Baptist, so and I'm what
I
you.
know I still got to go to church with you.
Yeah, I'm what you call a Southern Baptist guy, and we like to get it on in the church, and then our baptism, obviously we call it going to the water, and it's where the pastor or the preacher would take you, and he would hold your face and then dump you in the water. Your whole body goes in the water
I've
and
seen
comes
those.
out. So hey, take me to the water.
I'm just doing whatever note you're doing there.
Take me to the where I could get baptized. Yeah.
Yes, to the
I start. My mom used to sing that song all the time, and my dad was so funny because my dad couldn't sing a bed.
I thought you were going Al Green right there. I really did. I thought that was Al Green.
I know, and so I had to get some of that Southern Baptist.
I gotta go sing with you at church.
We have to
line that
Gab.
up.
You will love it. Pastor C.J. Matthews over at Mount Sinai Baptist Church. So
Giving
we
the
have
shout-outs.
we have to go see him, Gab.
All right. Well, they say singing is praying twice. We need a lot of prayers for this team. Let's take a break. We'll dive into more Browns right after this. Welcome to the Hanford Dixon Show. We're just trying to figure out this song that Hanford said that he heard over the weekend, and it's goofy. People were singing it, but he doesn't know what the song was, so it's just a total cliffhanger, which I don't even know why you brought this up to us.
Well,
because now we're gonna be thinking the whole show. Like,
I know
what
it.
song are you talking about,
I
bro?
know it. I gotta, Gab, I guarantee you would just, if I would tell you the song, you would just jump right in and start singing it right away.
Pat and I were like, maybe it's a TikTok song.
The thing that killed me, because everybody knew the damn song and I didn't know the song. I said, well, how do all you guys know this?
I'm
know
working
this song?
late because I'm a
We
singer.
can put you on. We can put you on Sabrina Carpenter, Hanford.
I look so cute.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Wrapped around my finger. I don't
Gab
actually
does
know
a
the
great
words.
job. No, Gab does a great job with it. But if you like Lainey Wilson, Sabrina Carpenter might be right up your alley
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wilson, let me tell you something.
Not gonna lie to you.
Wilson, that's my girl.
Actually, you know what, too? We put Josh Cribbs on Sabrina Carpenter a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
Oh, really?
I'm just getting into it. I don't know. Call me a late bloomer. I obviously heard the name, but I wasn't sure which songs were hers. So,
yeah, she popped off lately, but
Lainey.
and yeah, we got your Lainey. We'll have to bring her in. Bring up her songs, I mean.
you know what's also been popping off, though?
What's that?
Northeast Factory Direct.
Northeast Factory Direct
We went
is
there, and that was
popping
amazing,
off
wasn't it?
Because
That was
they have
cool.
too many options, Hanford. They gave us the best recliner, and we want you guys to know that if you're looking to update your home, you definitely got to check out Northeast Factory Direct because they just have so many things. Everything there, Cleveland, Euclid, Macedonia, North Canton. Be sure to check them out if you're looking to update your home, and they've got all the right prices for you. Way better than what you'd pay at any of those fancy retail stores. Hanford and I know firsthand because we got to pick out our own recliner, which is bomb, by the way. So can't wait to give that one away. Don't forget, if you're going in person, ask for that Hanford Dixon bonus, but you can also shop online at northeastfactorydirect.com.
And it's funny because I was just I forgot to mention this in the opening of the show. I think I had a couple people came up to me at the game and they were talking about Northeast Factory Direct and said they went there and they said, Hanford, believe it or not, we did ask for that Hanford Dixon bonus and they did honor that. So they did take care of them. So I tell you,
Hey.
so you have to go. And whenever you're looking for furniture or anything like that, if you're going to redo your kitchen or whatever you're doing, you got to go first to Northeast Factory Direct. And they have, how many locations, Gab, did you say they have about?
Cleveland, Macedonia, North Canton, Euclid. That's it.
I think that's it. But anyway, all you got to do is look them up and you'll find all the
Yeah,
locations.
we read this every week.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
You nailed it.
You really
you would
nailed
find
that.
all the locations they have, though.
Okay, we got to talk about these Browns because we can't ignore
Do we
it any
have
longer.
to?
Let's just keep this recap brief so that all of us don't have to get super depressed. We can look ahead. We can talk about your boy Ozzy. It looks
Yeah.
like they're doing really good things.
Yeah,
They're looking to win the division. So, we can divert our attention a little bit, but real quick here, Dolphins 20, Browns 3. Let's just get your initial thoughts here. Wasn't the prettiest thing, obviously, but then also it was kind of odd because it was 13-3 for the longest time, too. So it was kind of like, well, we could at any point get back in this thing, but that just wasn't in the cards.
No, that wasn't in the cards. And it just seemed like, for the longest, it was 3-3. And
Yes.
it was 3-3, and it was just, and the weather was bad. It was just a rainy day, and it wasn't cold though. It was great. And I was hoping that the weather was going to be. I was hoping this particular game was going to be cold, and Tua was going to play because whenever Tua plays, and it's 50 degrees or under, they always lose because he can't stand to play in cold weather. But we got Tyler Huntley, and this guy, I'm telling you what, a guy that wasn't good enough to be on our team goes to Miami. Well, he went back to the Ravens first, and he was on their practice squad, and that's where Miami signed him from their practice squad. And I'm telling you, I thought he was very efficient. I thought he played a great ball game, and he wasn't. It didn't matter who our defensive backs were. He was throwing that ball to Tyreek Hill. I'm telling you, Tyreek Hill just had an outstanding outstanding ball game. So the thing about our team and my thoughts on it is we just have way, way, way too many turnovers. I mean, we have way too many turnovers and we have way too many penalties.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking about a team, our team, Gab, lead the league in pre-snap penalties. Lead the league. I mean, come on. We were talking about it earlier, Pat. We were talking about how can you not talking about a wide receiver. Now, Gab, the wide receivers are on the outside, okay? Now, they're standing up. Now, I remember a time when the wide receivers at some point, long time ago, they used to be in a three-point stand or they would get in a three-point stand. But now they pretty much all of them are standing up. And what they're doing is they're looking down the line. And when you're looking down the line, you could tell whether or not you're offside or not, or if you're not aligned right, and then you back up or you get on the line or whatever,
right,
depending on the play and what play is called, that's what you do. So there is no excuse for all these pre-snap penalties, especially when it's coming from on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that and the turnovers, that really, really hurt our football team. And this team is just on offense.
And we've got the injuries mounting too, which is also wasn't great.
Yeah, but we can't score any points. I mean, I think between the last 2 weeks, yesterday, we scored a total of 3 points. 3 points. Who are we going to beat scoring 3 points? No one.
Yeah.
I mean, no one. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
DTR has had no touchdowns and 6 interceptions on the season, and this has obviously been tough for him to get thrown into this, or at least it looks like thrown into it. I'm sure he's more prepared than he looks, I'm sure.
Well, you know what's going to be interesting? This is going to be interesting going forward here with this football team. We have started DTR now 2 games. 2 games. He's had time to prepare. He's had time to get ready. He's had time to play a ball game to show us what he can do or if he could do anything. And in those 2 games, he's looked terrible. We got to face the facts. He just absolutely looked terrible. Not saying that he's going to be terrible every start he gets, if he gets another start. What we have to decide is, are we going to start DTR? We're not going to go back to Jameis Winston. But if we're going to start, is it Zappi? Is that his name?
Bailey Zappi.
Bailey Zappi.
So the other thing, too, DTR in the postgame, he said, and I quote, "For the most part, I think I executed as far as doing my job." And let me put this on the screen here for you guys, but 24 of 47, 51% completion, 170 yards. You're doing your job, Hanford?
He's doing his job. What world is he living in? Has he lost his damn mind?
Genuinely, what do you say to a guy like this after you 24 of 47, and they weren't high percentage completions? It feels like an attempt
to misappropriate the blame, and if that's the case, that's also not healthy, because now it's like, all right, we're pointing fingers and we're just not in a good place. We know we're not in a good place. I think this whole thing could be summed up as we're not in a good place. But maybe the goal right now is, Pat, how legitimate are our chances for #1 draft pick?
Yeah, so that's one of the other things too. Our guy Nick Bedone, by the way, shout out Nick, it's his birthday today.
Yeah, it is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick. Him and LeBron James, by the way. I'm pretty sure LeBron is today as well.
Yep, pretty cool, honestly, that they share a birthday.
So the chances that the Browns have the #1 overall pick, I'll throw this up here as well. What they need to have happen is actually not that far-fetched. The Ravens, money line, minus 1650. I'm taking that bet.
Yeah.
The Patriots against the Bills, backups, still not favored. But then the Tennessee needs to win over Houston, and they're favored pretty heavily. There's a pretty decent chance the Browns can get the #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Unbelievable to think about.
Yeah, but guys, I hear that, and I like look. Did you guys see the Giants yesterday? For instance,
incredible.
Listen to this. Here, the Giants are pretty much in the same situation that we're in right now. But what happens? They go out, they play extremely hard, and they win a ball game. They go out, they play hard, and they win a ball game, and they beat a team that really had something to play for. Talking about the Colts, but I hate to say this, but I don't want to see it happen. I don't want to see guys check out. Because
And that's like the territory I feel like we're currently in, or maybe it was just for that game.
Well, and you talk about the injuries. Can somebody please tell me what happened to Denzel Ward? I mean, I looked up. He was in the game, and then he was out of the game. I mean, did we just take him out because we didn't want him to get hurt, or did he get hurt, or anything like that? It's going to be interesting to find out what happened to him. Hopefully, he's okay, but I just hope these guys don't check out. I mean, I really hope they don't check out because, you know what? When we started the season, guys, we were talking about the AFC North, and the AFC North, I said, that every team in the AFC North has a chance to make it to the playoffs. Every single team.
Yep.
Now, every team still has a chance or are in the playoffs except one team. And who do you think that team is?
I've got a guess.
Gab, I'll give you one guess. Who do you think that team is?
The
Cleveland Browns
couldn't guess.
are
Couldn't have
the
any
only
idea.
team that's not in the playoffs. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. The Bengals still have a shot. The Ravens are in, and the Steelers are in. Boy, that Bengals game, and we're going to talk about. We're going to go around the AFC North, so I'm not going to jump in it right now. But again, every single team has a chance to be in the playoff, but us, and I think that's just absolutely phenomenal. There were some good things. Miles Garrett.
Yeah. Miles Garrett just
on
became
his birthday.
We have to give Miles a shout
out to Miles, who is miles above Watt.
Yeah.
First player in NFL history to record 14 sacks in 4 straight seasons. That's our guy. And actually, if we look at the stats from yesterday's game, the Browns' defense was not bad. They held Miami's running backs to 33 yards on 19 carries.
Yeah. And let me tell you why those 2 sacks yesterday by Miles was just incredible, because when you look at the way the Miami Dolphins play, it's really, really hard to get sacks on them, and they don't give up a lot of sacks. I mean, it's really, really hard. Here's the reason why: because those quarterbacks, they drop back, they're like on a timer. They get rid of the football so fast.
Yeah.
They run what you call a lot of screens. They run wide receiver screen. They run screens to the running back. They run screens to the tight ends, and they deliver the ball and get rid of the ball really, really fast. Myles Garrett is just a beast. Myles Garrett is just a beast.
He's just a beast.
I saw him on one particular play. See, most of the time, Gab, what they're doing, and you know this, you guys know this, Pat, what they do most of the time, they're double teaming. You leave a back in there to help out the tackle or the guard or whoever he's lined up on. And they try to chip him. They try to double team him. They try to triple team him sometimes. And he is still getting to the quarterback and putting pressure on the quarterback. And I saw one time where they kind of like left him alone with the tackle, and Miles is so strong, he just go and rips underneath the guy. Now, this particular time, he didn't get to the quarterback, but guess what happened? They threw a flag and called the guy for holding. I mean, that's how powerful. Myles Garrett, happy birthday, big dog. Happy birthday. I hope you don't leave us, please, because there's been some talking, some rumbling that he's talking about that, hey, if we don't get this thing straightened out, he's going to leave us alone. Miles, please don't leave us. We need you, big dog. Speaking now from the cornerback position.
We got to take a break, Hanford. We'll be back with more Hanford Dixon Show right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. We are getting ready for our Lipton Hard Iced Tea hard hit of the game. And right off the rip, the hardest hit for Hanford this morning was realizing 20 minutes into the show that he actually wasn't getting the audio to his headphones.
Well, I knew I wasn't getting it. I just didn't want to say anything. So
I love that you didn't point it out. Like he was just like in his head. Maybe I just can't hear it that good.
Why are you trying to throw my guy under the bus?
I'm throwing you under the bus.
You're trying to throw the big dog under the bus. And I'm not going to let you do it because he's too good for you to throw him under the bus.
Even after I come at you, Hanford, I come at Hanford more than Gab.
I know it.
And now he's defending me somehow.
I know it.
Man. Maybe it's the birthday cheer.
Right. It is the birthday cheer.
birthday cheer.
We are nothing without producer Pat.
You
It was
got that
pretty
right.
funny though, just the fact that you kept it going, like never said anything, and just wondering, like I think maybe, and we just look over and it's just dangling, not plugged in.
What do you know? Who looked over? I ain't looked over.
You
So
did.
don't you try to act like you.
You told us, you pointed, and we all just went, oh, you're silly. I just gotta lighten the mood because like we're talking Browns and stuff, and we're just trying to have a good time in here, and we
it's a
find
little-
anything and everything to laugh about during the commercial breaks. And hey, as far as hard iced tea and hard hits go, we just pointed out Myles Garrett, hyping him up. Happy birthday to the big dog, sacking Huntley in the third quarter. I think that is a big hit right there.
Well, that is a big hit, but mine. Let me tell you what mine is. That Lipton Hard Iced Tea, big hit. These damn officials get on my nerves. They are making this
I wondered
game.
if you were gonna go here.
They are making this game so soft. And where my Lipton Hard Iced Tea big hit come in is where I don't know if you guys remember the play. He threw a pass to Judy, and Judy caught the ball. Then the defensive back, the corner of Miami, come up, and he puts a hard hit on Judy, and in the process of continually tackling Judy, he picked Judy up and threw him down on the ground, and the official goes up and he calls a penalty. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Call the personal foul on that. Now, if anybody that was listening to the game, the two guys that was calling the game, okay, and one of them said, "Hey, what's a running back, Pat? For he's got a twin brother. He's a running back. I think he was with the
Devon
Giants.
Achane?
He was with the Giants. No,
man.
he was calling the game. He was on the call.
Oh, Barber. Tiki Barber.
Tiki Barber yesterday. Tiki said, I played offense, and that's not a personal foul. And then
So soft.
And then the other guy, he came and he said, let me tell you something. If they're going to start calling that, what do you do in this league? What do you do in this game? I mean, how do you tackle someone? You can't tackle them. These officials, I'm telling you, they're getting on my nerves with these calls, and I understand when you hit a quarterback late, and I'm not talking about anything dirty or anything in the National Football League, but you have to let the game. They're playing football. You have to let the game play. But again, I had to talk about that because
Did you see McDaniel's reaction on the sideline?
Oh, he just went off.
Oh, yeah. So Twitter went off. So there's a lot of lip readers they're asking for lip readers out there. And he said, this is effing BS. This is pick that ash. Pick that.
I kind of like him.
Yeah, he's great.
He really
Former Browns coach.
People look at him and they'll think maybe he's a nerd or something. But I like him. I mean, I really do. I think he's a great coach. And you're exactly right, Pat. He just went off on that whole thing. But that was, Gab, my Lipton Hard Iced Tea hit of the game.
Hey, good hard hit there for us. I mean, I'm sure you said what a lot of people were thinking. Some of the things I was just putting together here, too, where we didn't convert not once on fourth down.
Yeah.
What do you think about Stefanski? Is he making the wrong call
Yeah.
in some of these scenarios, like when you're seeing this unfold in real time?
Yeah. That hurt us yesterday. I mean, you're exactly right. We went 0 for 4. I mean, we went for it 4 times, and we didn't make any of them. And one of the plays where I thought he made the wrong call on this one particular one. I think we were down inside the 5-yard line, and we could have made it. Pat, correct me if I'm wrong. We could have made it we could have made it a 1-score game.
Yep. Very beginning of the fourth quarter, guys. It was 13-3. We could have made it a 13-6 game. Pending Dustin Hopkins, but we could have made it a 1-score game. But the thing is, guys, like Gab, that was the first time we had been even inside their red zone or inside their 5-yard line. So that's the gamble that I think Stefanski was taking, that we can actually that's the only time we're going to get down there.
Yeah.
So kick the field goal there. I don't love it, though.
Well, Pat, I'm not going to kill him for making that decision. But if it was me, I wouldn't have made that decision. I would have probably made it a 1-score game because at that point, it was still a lot of time left, and you still have time to to come back because the defense wasn't playing bad, as you mentioned earlier. I thought they played fairly well. Obviously, you can always play better. I mean, they had 20 points scored on them, but Stefanski, you gotta remember now he's not calling the plays, and I think sometimes on those fourth down plays, I think we outsmart ourselves. I mean, run the damn ball downhill. I mean, all this you trying to trick somebody, you just can't do it. If you're gonna go for it, let's go for it. Have confidence in those offensive linemen. And I'm gonna tell you guys this: if we have one more intentional grounding call, I mean, it's ridiculous. And you got you got them complaining to the officials, and because first of all, a lot of times they don't call it right away. They wait to one of the players or coaches go to them and they start complaining to them, and then that's when they'll throw the flag for that intentional grounding. So I don't know. It's just so many things happen are doing this ball game that just really made me upset, Gab.
Let's go around the NFL and around the AFC North when we come back. We'll look more ahead, because this is just getting ugly, and we're just diving into this ugly pie that was the weekend for our Brownies. We'll be back with more Hanford Dixon Show right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. We're going to go around the AFC North, brought to you by our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer has you covered all football season long. It's the perfect beer for tailgates, watch parties, or even just watching alone in your garage. So go stock your fridge with some Garage Beer. It's beer-flavored beer. Garage Beer, Hanford. I liked your ending better.
Well, when I had
Garage. He was doing a little solo act.
I had a couple of Garage Beers yesterday.
Yeah, didn't have enough probably.
For my birthday, I think that Garage Beer, I can only drink 2 of them. I mean, if I go past 2, I'm in trouble. But that beer is strong, but it's good. But it's good. It's good. It's so good.
I feel like it's a light beer, but maybe it has a little kick for it.
Oh, you go, girl. You go.
Okay, Bengals. Let's start here. They beat the Broncos. We were just talking about, not to throw any shade off the rip, but we were just talking about that Cade York doink that didn't go in with the game on the line. But then that Bengals end up beating the Broncos, and
Hey, Gap, I tell you what,
Joe Burrow's looking really good this season.
He really is, and that was a great game. I mean, it was a great game, and I couldn't get enough of it. I mean, it was, and I was kind of happy it went into overtime because it just the game just went on and on. But everybody's got to be hoping right now that the Bengals don't get in. I mean, they have to be hoping that these guys don't get in because I'm telling you, they are peaking right now at the right time. And Joe Burrow, I mean, this guy, he is just a monster right now.
He looks like a man on a mission. Yeah.
Gap, I'm about ready, Pat. I'm about ready now to throw his name in that MVP race. I mean, because I don't, right now, as good as he's playing, I think he's playing as well as Lamar. And I think he's playing as well as what's the kid with Buffalo? Josh Allen. I think he's playing as well as both of those guys right now.
Yeah, so when you look at the numbers too, guys, he's got almost identical numbers to the 2011 Peyton Manning season and the 2007 Aaron Rodgers season. I know it's different worlds. They didn't throw the ball as much back then, but his numbers are MVP caliber. It's just that guys are playing better. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. We know where Hanford stands on that one.
Yeah, but I'll tell you guys this also. They can say, Cincinnati Bengals can say what they want to say. They need to find the money to pay T. Higgins. T. Higgins, did you guys see this guy yesterday? Just
unbelievable.
A beast. I mean, he's a beast coming in. How many? 2, 3 touchdowns? How many?
3 touchdowns, including the game winner. 11 catches for 171 yards.
Wow.
Ooh.
And he was on. I mean, you can't really franchise tag him anymore because what are you gonna do with Jamar Chase, right? But I mean, those guys are playing themselves into some freaking money, dude.
Boy,
they're getting paid.
They have to be. I mean, probably I would say the best tandem. I mean, we know Miami. We just played 2 guys. Obviously, Waddle didn't play, but Hill and Waddle. But Chase and this kid Higgins. I mean, guys, come on. And listen to this. To top all that out, I thought when the Bengals lost Mixon, I said, well, that's going to be a little void in there. They're going to really as far as the running back is going on. But this kid Brown, I mean, he has just stepped in there, guys. He stepped in there and he's playing really, really good football. But those Cincinnati Bengals right now are going to be, if they get into this playoffs, I'm telling you, they're going to be a hard team to deal with. And I think what happened is, I think when you look at this AFC North right now, everybody is, I guarantee the other teams in the AFC North are happy that the Bengals got off to, that start wasn't as good as everybody thought it was going to be. But they're right now, they're really, really coming on.
Yeah, so Bengals are at Steelers. Bengals have won 4 straight. Steelers have lost their last 3 games, 4 of their last 6. So Cincinnati needs a win.
Well, and that's what
Denver, Miami losses for them to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say is that's a problem.
So it's possible.
Yeah,
like you were saying.
The problem for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, they're coming off of what, a 3-game losing streak. I think they're on right now. They're on a 3-game losing streak, and they have to face the red hot Cincinnati Bengals next week. They don't want any part of that. They don't want any part of those.
But it's at home, and they're due, and we know what Mike Tomlin does.
But see, here's, Gap, you know this. It doesn't matter where you play them. Anytime, we had a saying when we played a team in our division. Anytime, anywhere. We don't give a damn.
Touche.
Let's play. And see, these two teams, they know each other because, again, they're in the same division.
So it doesn't matter that we're going into the Ravens, okay? Anytime.
Well,
anywhere.
But see,
tell Ozzy that.
Yeah.
Tell Ozzy that one, huh?
This is our time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, guys. You heard it here first.
Our team has a little bit different attitude at this time of the year right now because normally, see, you got every team in the AFC North right now except the Cleveland Browns. They're trying to position themselves of how they're going to play, where they're going to play, and they're trying to get into the playoffs if they're not already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's what each team is trying to do right now.
Yeah.
So now you got the Browns coming into Baltimore, getting ready to play the Baltimore Ravens. And
it's true that it doesn't matter. I mean, we beat them in October at home.
Yeah, but
I mean, it might be a little late for us to be starting looking with starry eyes like this is gonna mean anything, let alone.
I hate to say this with our football team. I hate to say this, but this is the last game of the season. None of those guys want to get hurt. What they're doing, I'm not gonna say they're gonna shy away from contact or anything like that. But it's going to be an interesting game to watch, and the Ravens want to win because the Ravens want to take the AFC North. Go ahead, Pat.
It's going to be tough too for the Bengals though because you look at it, the Chiefs, they need the Chiefs to beat the Broncos, but the Chiefs are resting their players too.
Yeah.
So the Broncos have the front line chance to get into the playoffs, but I mean, anything can happen in the AFC North right now. The Bengals are holding on to a chance, and I'll throw this up on the screen here, guys. This is what we did for the Browns earlier, right? So this is if you were to throw it into a parlay, right? Yeah. The parlay chances would be plus 1,500. So that's where you look at the Broncos winning this game, plus 315. We'll scroll that one down. But so plus 315 would be the Chiefs' chances to win that money line. But I don't know. The Bengals not looking great. They would need a lot of help to get into the playoffs here, guys.
Yeah, they need too many tough things to happen.
Well, the Broncos is a good football team, too. I mean, they're a really good football team. I was really shocked when they didn't go for 2 to win the ball game instead of trying to take it into overtime. I was a little shocked because, they have that gunslinger mentality over there.
Yeah.
And for them to just say, hey, let's just go conservative and kick the extra point. Times like this, at this stage, this part of the year, of the season, I have a lot of people come up to me. A lot of times they ask me, do I miss football? Now, this is the time of year that I really miss the game.
Yeah.
Like this time of year when you in the playoffs. Yeah. And there wasn't my years. We never I had a couple of seasons that we went 5-11, but 3 games to only win 3 games. I mean, that is absolutely insane. But I really miss football at this time of the year. I mean, I really do, because it's just such an exciting time. And my buddy Ozzy, we talk about him, and I guarantee you this, we're gonna bring him on the show when before the Ravens go, at some point during the playoffs. But he is sitting over there, and he said, Dick, he called me Hanford, Dick or whatever, Dixon. He said, Hanford, he said, all we wanted was an invitation to the party. And now we got that invitation to the party. And that invitation to the party, meaning a party is the playoffs, and they got that invitation to the party. Boy, this time of year, I just hope a lot of people don't check out, because a lot of people have things to play for. And Pat, I thought it was interesting. A lot of guys, Gab, at this time of the year have incentives, and I mean, they are trying to meet those numbers or get to those numbers, and it's big money. I mean, big money. Pat, you and I were talking about, what's the name of the one player?
Oh yeah, Zach Ertz, man.
Listen to this.
Yeah, wait till you hear this.
Listen.
We'll send it to break in a second here, but wait till you hear about this payday that Zach Ertz had. This was unbelievable.
Okay, all right, that's a perfect cliffhanger. So let's take a break. We got to take one more break, Hanford, and we'll be back with more Hanford Dixon Show right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show as we continue to dive into this Browns-Ravens matchup.
On a serious note, that was a great move by them, moving him to safety, because this kid, man, I'm telling you, he's got a lot of range back there at that position. And, Gap, this defense, earlier on, a few weeks ago, everybody was concerned about the Baltimore Ravens defense. I mean, they couldn't stop anybody. They was giving up a lot of points, giving up a lot of yards, and now that defense is really starting to come together. They're being really stingy. I think they got one of the youngest defensive coordinators on their squad right there. It was so funny because the last game they played, I think Kyle Hamilton or someone made a play, and the defensive coordinator, he runs right over there and jump. I thought he had hurt himself. I mean, what's his name?
Zach Orr.
Zach Orr, yeah. Did you see him, Pat, when he ran over there and jumped? He jumped up in the air, and I thought he had hurt himself. He was so excited.
He was just pumped.
He was just pumped. He really was. He was so excited about, and I would be pumped too, because the way he's got that, the way he's got that defense playing.
Well, how are we going to manufacture any points? We've scored 7 or fewer in the last 3 straight games.
Well, it's going to be tough against the Ravens. I mean, obviously we going, and I would say it wouldn't matter, because this is a team in your division, but it's a little bit different right now, because they seem to be going in one direction, and we seem to be going in the total opposite direction. So it's going to be tough to manufacture any points against this Baltimore Ravens defense, because they and you heard me earlier in the show talking about they're starting to peak at the right time.
Yeah.
They're starting to peak at the right time, and they're going to be a football team, I'm telling you, that no one is going to want to face. Teams that you're going to really look at is going to be the Baltimore Ravens, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think the Buffalo Bills. I think when you look those 3 teams, and I think maybe they're ranked in that order. I think Kansas City is probably going to be the number 1 seed, and then Buffalo, and then the Baltimore Ravens. I think those are the 3 teams in the AFC that probably I would say this. I would probably say one of those teams is going to the Super Bowl and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, the total AFC.
Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. You know, one thing that we haven't really talked about, or haven't straightforwardly asked you, as we're talking about the end of the season and, what looks like sort of a tank job by our Brownies. Who would you want with the number 1 pick if we were to get it?
Oh boy, that's an interesting question there. I think right now, Gab, we're at we got the number 3 pick. I think if we stayed there, we have the possibility to get like a really, really good player. I mean, we can't miss on this pick. You know what? I think we have to really evaluate the guys, and I think we have to go with the quarterback because let's just face it. I mean, Jameis Winston, he's not going to be the answer. We got DTR. I mean, let's just face it. I mean, we've seen 2 weeks of him. I mean, even though we drafted him in the 5th round, he's not the answer. So I think we have to go with the quarterback. Now, who that quarterback is going to be, I've got to look at it a little bit more just to see. But that's
You don't think it's time? There we go.
well.
You don't think it's time?
You know that celebration, Hanford?
Yeah.
Got that Rolex on my
Yeah.
wrist, Gav.
Oh, that's where you
For
Give me a little
Shadar
dance,
Sanders?
Gav.
That's what you were
Give me a
doing.
little
I
Rolex
haven't
on my
seen
wrist.
I forgot. I looked up the video like a long time ago.
Did
That
you
song's
really?
been out for a minute.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you ever wear a Rolex during the game, Hanford?
You know, I did not. I didn't wear jewelry during the game because
I believe it.
that's insane. But let me ask you this: I'm a little bit upset because, and I'm going in a totally different direction right here. You
What?
know,
You? No.
you know, I didn't. You know, I didn't hit that $1 billion lottery.
The $1 billion lottery? You had a
Yeah.
lottery ticket?
No, I had. Yeah, I had.
Powerball didn't
I
hit
had-
it.
You know, I got a lottery
It was the
ticket.
mega.
I'll have
I
you know
had-
I won $5 actually.
Listen to me. I had plenty of tickets, but I wasn't the one that won it. Somebody in California won the damn, and they sold. It was one winning ticket. If you won it, would you be discreet? Oh no, you can't be discreet in the state of Ohio. You
Really?
have
That
to.
you gotta let people
you
know?
have to let people.
Oh my
know.
gosh, you'd have to barricade your house.
Yeah. I'll be at your doorstep.
Think of all the McDonald's
You're
points
already
that Hanford would have.
indoctrinated.
Pat, you
Think
and
of all
I.
the McDonald's points you'd have.
Hey, Pat,
Yeah.
listen to this. You and I will be knocking on the door. We'll be the first one.
Gab.
Hey, Gab,
Gab.
don't you want to come break us off some? You know?
Yeah, wait, it was $1 billion?
$1 billion.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Pat,
Yeah,
I
don't
think
worry.
that
I'd
was-
pay you guys good.
Yeah, I think that was almost $600 million if you just took it
Ooh.
all in.
I'd
Lump
ha-
sum. I would go lump sum there. Do you take lump sum or payments?
Yeah. Oh, lump sum.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I do, for sure.
What
Like,
about you?
You pay the tax up front, but
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then you're done. Then
Yeah.
you're done.
You pay the tax on
Yeah.
it. How much is left after you pay the tax?
About 600.
yep.
600
Yeah,
mil.
probably a little bit more, but just about somewhere around that number, about 600 million.
You know who felt like they won the lottery last
Shit.
night, though, guys? Did you hear about Zach Ertz, Gab?
Oh,
We
my
left that
goodness.
little cliffhanger
That's,
earlier.
what
That's
we were getting around
right,
to.
that's
yes.
He felt like he hit
right.
the lottery.
Yes.
Okay.
So tell us about
So,
this deal.
First of all, you know Julie Ertz, right? So
Right,
Zach
USA
and
Soccer.
Julie Ertz, they're power couple. He's married to one of the forwards. I think she plays forward on the USA women's national team. But Zach Ertz right here, guys. So he caught the game-winning touchdown to send Washington to the playoffs. And in doing so, he went over 600 yards, over 60 catches, and over 6 touchdowns. It was a $750,000 touchdown.
Wow.
Oh, my
On that one catch.
Oh, I just got the
On that
chills.
one catch.
I don't know how I didn't see this one
Unbelievable.
last night, but that is so awesome.
And
Yeah.
see,
And
that's,
it's one of those things you can only be happy for the dude.
oh
Right.
yeah, you got
Yeah.
absolutely. And see, that's what a lot of the guys are playing for right now.
Yeah,
They're
those
playing for the
incentives
incentives, in their contracts. You know,
$750,000 touchdown.
yeah,
Incredible. It was his second of the game.
Good for him. Good
And
for
then,
him.
actually, look at this bottom one, but you got to shield your eyes here, Hanford. But he
Okay.
passed Ozzie Newsome on the all-time tight ends receiving list.
No.
Yes, he did. He's now 9th place. Ozzie was 9th place. So-
Oh.
Whoa.
I know,
Ooh.
right? Shield your eyes.
But you know what?
That's awesome.
The type of guy Ozzy is, he's happy for him.
yeah,
He
totally.
is really
For
happy
sure.
for him.
Zach Ertz is a great guy too.
That's super cool. I think that it's awesome to see good things happen to good people who work hard. Hanford, hopefully good things happening for our Browns next week. Maybe we'll have something awesome to talk about. We can bruise your boy Ozzy. We'll
You
see.
got it. You
Stranger
got
things
it.
have happened. Thanks for watching the Hanford Dixon Show. We'll see you next week.